On the 28th of February 2026, the geopolitical landscape of West Asia was permanently reordered. In the opening hours of a joint US and Israeli military assault, a precision decapitation airstrike targeted the Supreme Leader's compound in Tehran. The target, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the absolute ruler who dictated Iran's destiny for nearly 4 decades. But what followed shocked global intelligence agencies. According to reporting from Euronews, instead of an immediate Islamic burial, the Iranian state did the unthinkable. They postponed his public funeral for over 4 months as the war dragged on. Why did the Islamic Republic break its own sacred religious protocols for this one man? Why does Europe view his departure as the most dangerous power vacuum of the decade? And how did a quiet, near-sighted poet rise to become the West's most unpredictable adversary? Welcome to Earthmind. To a European observer, the structure of Iranian power can seem baffling. Ali Khamenei was not a traditional military dictator. Born in 1939 inches the holy city of Mashhad, he was initially drawn to classical poetry and literature rather than radical political theory. Yet, his recruitment into the inner circle of Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini changed everything. Following the historic 1979 Islamic Revolution, Khamenei proved to be a masterful bureaucrat, outmaneuvering more senior, moderate clerics who underestimated his ambition. When Khomeini passed away in 1989, the international community expected the regime to collapse into internal civil war. Instead, Khamenei was elected supreme leader. Experts at Britannica note that over his 6-year rule, he consolidated absolute authority by doing 2 things. First, he transformed the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, into an elite military-industrial conglomerate that completely controls the local economy. Second, he pushed the nation's vast gas and oil reserves into the global market, turning Iran into an autocratic energy superpower. For European security analysts, Khamenei's defining legacy is his highly aggressive doctrine of asymmetrical proxy warfare. He realized that Iran could never defeat Western-backed armies in a conventional military clash. His solution was the axis of resistance. By funding, training, and arming highly disciplined networks including Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, and the Houthi movement in Yemen, Khamenei projected Iranian power thousands of kilometers away from his borders. For many across the broader Muslim world who grew deeply disillusioned with Western foreign policy and regional interventions, Khamenei's unyielding defiance made him a symbol of anti-imperialist resistance. While Western leaders condemned him as a sponsor of international terrorism, his supporters viewed him as a religious guardian who refused to bend the knee to foreign dictate. This duality is exactly what made him so dangerous to the West. His decisions didn't just affect Tehran, they directly influenced global shipping lanes in the Red Sea and energy security across the European continent. This brings us to the bizarre, highly historic events unfolding right now in July 2026. Islamic tradition strictly requires a body to be buried within 24 hours of death. Yet, following his assassination in February, Khamenei's body remained hidden. State media outlets, tracked closely by Al Jazeera, confirmed that the burial was delayed because the ongoing kinetic war made a mass gathering too dangerous. Now, following a fragile 60-day roadmap negotiated by regional mediators, the official schedule has finally begun. His body lies in state at the Tehran Musalla on July 4 and 5, followed by a massive procession through the holy city of Qum on July 7. Finally, on July 9, he will be laid to rest at the highly revered Imam Reza shrine in his hometown of Mashhad. This prolonged delay highlights a stark reality. Even in death, the regime prioritized its own survival and security over standard religious customs. However, an objective look at his 6-year rule reveals a deeply polarized legacy. While millions of religious conservatives are currently mourning his loss, millions of ordinary Iranians see his passing as the end of an era of brutal internal repression. Under his ultimate command, human rights groups documented systemic crackdowns on political dissidents, strict censorship of journalists, and violent suppressions of domestic protest, most notably the widespread civil unrest of 2022 and 2025. For Iran's young, secular generation, Khamenei was an authoritarian ruler who sacrificed their economic future and personal freedoms to fuel a permanent, exhausting ideological war with the West. With his son Mojtaba Khamenei officially stepping in as the new supreme leader while recovering from his own severe airstrike injuries, the question remains: can the regime hold itself together without its founding anchor? As Western powers meet in Switzerland to discuss a permanent truce, the fate of the entire Middle East hangs in a delicate balance. How do you view the complex legacy of Ali Khamenei? Was he a brilliant strategic defender of his nation, or a destructive dictator who left his country isolated? Let us know your analytical thoughts in the comments below. If you want more objective, deeply researched documentaries exploring global geopolitics, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in our next deep dive.